Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the feast.
The comforting aroma of home-cooked food dances on the air.
The finest wine is at full flow.
The banqueting table has been lovingly prepared.
And a seat has been reserved especially for you.
At the bottom. So tonight and every night, you, my friend, are our guest. When the clock strikes now, there is an adventure to be found. A spirit set of 3 will visit you separately. Each one of these will lead you on a journey to unravel the mystery of finding your true seat. First or last, bottom or top, all will be revealed through the doors you'll unlock.
And without further ado, the first spirit visiting you is the spirit of surrender, a sweet friend, warm and tender.
Good evening, my friend, and may I extend a warm welcome to you now. You who came from the ground through the hands of an artist and a sweet singer's sound. There is much to this story, much to be known, much more for you to learn in order to grow. You need not do this alone, my good friend. It was foretold by the one who saw the beginning from the end. Say no to say yes. Give your life and be blessed, for out of this death is fullness, no less. Deny yourself, he says. Pick up your cross and follow me. This is the way one truly becomes free. Your true life is found here, alive within the one. The life that was given through the death of a son. So stop, yield, and let it all go. Surrender the things that have captured your soul and go back to your original home in the ground. The soft hands of the artist and that sweet singing sound. Start here, friend of God. Start right here and right now. Sink to the ground to rise once again. Give yourself up into the hands of a friend.
So a few years ago, this one beer got married.
To Faith's cousin, no less.
We were all absolutely landed. That's Welsh speak for thrilled, by the way. That Chris had finally decided to tie the knot, and I couldn't have been happier.
At this point, I had probably been in the church for about 2 years. Faith and I, and a couple of the girls, had enjoyed getting to know each other, and so, of course, we're invited to the big day.
And as the months went on and the big day grew closer, our friendship blossomed over a mutual love of any hot beverage known to mankind, and perhaps an unhealthy amount of toilet humour.
It's not unhealthy, Faith. Not much has changed in that respect, really, but, you know, our relationship has. It's not unusual for Faith and I to be found talking well into the small hours of the night or the long hours of the day about anything and everything under the sun and all things heaven. Trust me, ask your husband.
She's part of the furniture now, folks, and I don't quite think I'll be getting rid of her. We do have other friends, though, I promise.
But, you know, this relationship didn't grow overnight. After first joining the church, I felt pretty lonely, to be honest. A lot of the people there had known each other for years and had been in church since they were small. I hadn't. And although I enjoyed everybody's company, I had to sit back and listen and learn about this weird and wonderful new world of Christianity.
And I suppose at the same time, we all had the time to sit back and hold a space for this Edda. Welsh speak for crazy person, as she got settled into a new clan.
It was a learning curve for us both starting out, but the more we learned to shut up, turn up and speak up for the other, the more our friendship quickened and our weird little bond got weirder. I mean, stronger.
Hold that thought, our next visitor is here.
Welcome, my friend. You made it to me. I'm the spirit of friendship, and there is so much here to reveal. Now that you have left yourself at the door, the next step is to find the life that you are truly called for. To belong is imperative, a must through and through. We're not made to be alone in this. It's us both, me and you. We were created together, and together we must stay. A helpmate, a best mate, friends to help you through the day. So come to the table, come to the party, take a seat, pour a glass, and enjoy a meal that is hearty. Listen in, listen up. There is so much to discuss. And when we do so, my friend, let's just do it in love. And while you sit on the table at the bottom below, eat, drink deep, and learn to honour each soul. Lend your ear to a friend, or watch and learn to comprehend that each person around is a chance for you to bend to the process, to the system. So kick back, listen, whether at the bottom or at the top. The nourishment from true friendship is like a feast that never stops.
Luke 14 verse 10 says, "When you're invited to a banquet, you should choose to sit in the lowest place so that when your host comes and sees you there, they may say,
'Oh, mate, come up by young man and cut in by me.'"
Then, in front of all the other guests at the banquet, you will be honoured and seated in the place of highest respect. And so, you guessed it, in September 2018, Faith, who was just once a random girl at church related to my hubby-to-be, became my bridesmaid. But better still, she became my friend.
You see, it was by being willing to start from the bottom and patiently work our way up through love and friendship that I was able to be invited to such a position of honour. And I'm pleased to say she hasn't demoted me. Yet. But seriously, how does all this actually translate outside of a wedding or feast-like scenario? How does it actually look in our normal day-to-day lives?
Well, unfortunately, time and time again within our churches, ministries, families, jobs and social circles, it doesn't really look anything like this. More often than not, we see people clambering and stepping over each other to get what they want. We hear many voices projecting many ideas all at once, oftentimes with each expecting their voice to be heard over another's and disregarding everybody else's in pursuit of their own success. It's a pattern that exists in the world, but it should have no place in our lives if we profess to be followers of Jesus.
It's an attitude of pride that says, I am more important. My idea is superior to yours. I've been doing this longer than you.
It might even come out in other subtle ways, like when we're attracted to someone's gifting or how they may be able to serve us, rather than valuing the person and taking time to serve them ourselves.
Scripture says we should prefer one another and be devoted to one another. Can we honestly say that this is a church that we're a part of? If we're being truthful, the straight up answer is
no. Look, I gotta tell you, I still feel super new to the faith. This Christianese everybody uses, not easy to get to grips with. Take it from me. Let's look at the words connect or partner with, for example.
Come on now, let's be honest with ourselves. Who hasn't heard those ones in church life before?
A lot of the time they loosely translate as,
you have something that can serve what I'm doing,
and I have something that can serve what you are doing. And yes, there may be truth to this, and a time where such an exchange is really quite wonderful and beneficial for both parties. Hear me right now. But during the exchange, prefer one another. Get to know each other. Talk about things other than the reason you are connecting or partnering. Go for a walk. Go for a cuppa. No real agenda. Root your reason to connect, to do exactly that. To join together, to unite, to bind yourselves together in good old-fashioned friendship.
Are some of these things touching a nerve, folks? Because they do for me. You see, when things are done outside of love, honour and friendship, don't be surprised when they don't quite work out as you planned. It is sometimes in our pursuit of the end goal that we find that while we may have achieved it, few people made it to the end who were able to celebrate with us. It's sad, and it opens the door to control, manipulation and division in our lives, whether in the church or in the world.
So let's not forsake real intimacy with the Lord or with each other for momentary success or renown, to gain a particular platform or complete some new project. Cultivate relationships above all else. We're all blessed to have a seat at his table, if only we would humble ourselves, incline our ears and rest, knowing there is a process to all of this. The company around the top table is excellent, but there is much still to be learned at the bottom. And what better way to learn than through friendship and food?
These days, there are many titles that we can acquire. Some of these titles aim to disclose something about who or what we are, and some titles are impressive. Some tell of our marital status, and others tell of our so-called position in society, how educated we supposedly are, or how seemingly valuable we may be.
But one of the greatest and often one of the most overlooked titles we could ever hold in this life is simply friend.
It is such a throwaway word that holds very little value in much of today's culture, but there is way more to this word than meets the eye.
What if church was just a bunch of friends encouraging one another and worshipping together by enjoying God together? Where opinions and disagreements were put to one side, or dare I say it, even celebrated in honour of the unity, friendship and faithfulness found in Christ.
Where the gathering on a Sunday takes on a whole new perspective. So rather than people coming to worship God as a one-man island type of thing, it looks more like people deepening in friendship with their God and their neighbour.
That's right. After all, the Bible is packed with metaphors that denote a plurality, not a singularity. Think about it. We're described as a body, a holy nation, a building and a flock. We need each other. In loving God, we can learn to love one another, and in learning to love one another, we find earth-shaking, stronghold-breaking, revelation truth like no other.
And on that note, we bid you a good evening and leave you in the loving hands of a faithful friend.
Hello there, my dear friend. Here we are now at evening's end. You may call me the Spirit of Truth, and I have much to say to you. How excited I am to tell every woman and man that love and friendship are the keys to unlocking every mystery. So often in this life we seek truth without relationship, but I'm here to tell you that it's revealed through true friendship. I appreciate your theology. I enjoy how you explore, but all this is pointless if you are constantly in war with your neighbor, with your friend. Though this evening is almost over, such truth-seeking never ends. The Lord commands you to love, and to love is a must. To live life without it is to put trust in something that is not from your God. Consider this truth a while before you commit fraud. No counterfeit love will fulfill you as He, so love each other well, completely and fully.
And this, folks, fulfills the greatest commandment Jesus left us with. Love the Lord your God with every passion of your heart, with all the energy of your being, and with every thought that is within you. This is the great and supreme commandment. And the second is like it in importance. You must love your friend in the same way you love yourself. speaking of friendship, we've invited a few pals of ours to join us next time because it's Christmas! Well, it's a Christmas special anyway. And of course, it's all about our best pal of all, Jesus.